SCP-096. SCP-096, lovingly known in the SCP Foundation as the Shy Guy, is basically a lanky, perpetually sobbing humanoid who wants nothing more than to be left alone. Sounds wholesome, right? Wrong. Because the moment anyone anywhere on Earth, in space, in a blurry photo on some poor intern's hard drive, accidentally catches a glimpse of his face, even for a nanosecond, he absolutely loses his mind. And by loses his mind, I mean he goes full Olympic sprinter, demolishing everything in his path to reach the unlucky soul who laid eyes on his mug. No doors, no mountains, no oceans, not even the crushing weight of existential dread can stop him. He finds you, he screams like a banshee with a megaphone taped to his face, and then, well, you're gonna end up as a very unfortunate smear. SCP-096 is the kind of creature you get if you fed Slender Man nothing but raw sadness and anxiety for breakfast. He's pale, like hasn't seen the sun since the Big Bang pale. His limbs are long and noodly, like someone asked a haunted spaghetti monster to do a modeling gig. His face? Nobody really knows, because if you look at it, you die. So the reviews on Yelp are non-existent. But given how hard he works to keep it hidden, it's probably either terrifying or just incredibly awkward, like he's stuck mid-sneeze in every photo. He's unstoppable. There's no off switch, no negotiation. It's pure cosmic horror with a speedrunner's mentality. SCP-087. SCP-087, the legendary staircase of Note. This isn't your average stairwell to the basement where you forgot your laundry. Oh no, this is the infinite descent into pure psychological regret. SCP-087 is a seemingly endless staircase in a nondescript university building. The lights only reach down about 1.5 flights before getting up entirely like a college freshman during finals. And down there in the gloomy abyss lives a little something. This isn't just anything, it's SCP-087, the real star of the show and the reason your pants are now officially ruined. Imagine a face. Cool, faces are nice. Now take away all the comforting features, no mouth, no nose, no eyeballs, just two bottomless pits where its eyes should be, staring at you like it's lost in thought, possibly about your impending doom. It doesn't talk. It doesn't move much. It just stares and breathes, loudly, like your anxiety has come to life and found cardio. It's not about jump scares or gore, it's about psychological horror. It taps into that universal fear of the dark, the unknown, and stares that seem to never end. You're not sure if you're being watched, followed, or just slowly losing your mind. The only thing that's certain is that each step down feels like a mistake, and turning back feels even worse. Want to know the best part? No one knows how deep it goes. Everyone sent down either screams, disappears, or rage quits existence. SCP-173. SCP-173, known as the Sculpture, is basically the stuff of nightmares mashed together with a really aggressive game of red light, green light. He is a major antagonist in the SCP Foundation mythos. It is a statue which can move at a very high speed and can snap the neck of any life form. This guy is a sentient concrete statue with more rage than someone stuck behind a slow walker at the grocery store. The twist? He can only move when you're not looking at him. Blink and boom, he's on you like your embarrassing memories at 3 a.m. Imagine someone tried to sculpt a baby doll out of concrete while blindfolded and mildly possessed. It's got a vaguely humanoid shape, stubby limbs, a face that looks like it was drawn by someone who's never seen a face before, and big red smear marks that look like a mix between war paint and ketchup accidents. The whole thing has an energy that screams evil garden gnome from another dimension. He breaks your neck the moment you stop watching him, which is an inconveniently low bar for survival. The Foundation even has a whole system of people yelling, "I'm looking at it," just to stay alive. It's a workplace safety nightmare. Combine that with the deeply unsettling silence before the inevitable crack, and you've got a monster that's horrifying not because it shouts, but because it waits. SCP-106. SCP-106, the interdimensional grandpa from hell with a passion for corrosion and a personality like a haunted basement. This delightful fellow, lovingly nicknamed the Old Man, isn't just any spooky guy in a trench coat. He's basically what happens if rust, dread, and your worst childhood nightmares formed a boy band and only one creepy member showed up. He doesn't walk, he oozes. His body looks like someone left a corpse in a vat of molasses and then rolled it in tar for good measure. He's got this drippy, sludgy exterior, like the love child of a melted wax figure and a moldy leather couch, and everything he touches corrodes, which is frankly rude but on brand. He's the reason WD-40 exists. He doesn't just kill you. Oh no, that would be too basic. He drags you into his own personal hell dimension, a pocket universe that probably smells like death and expired tuna, where he likes to toy with his victims. We're talking full-on psychological horror, with a side of supernatural torture. And just when you think you're dead, surprise, you're not. He'll bring you back out, sometimes still alive, just to remind everyone he's the worst Airbnb host of all time. He walks through walls like they're made of paper mache and containment breaches. Containment is more of a suggestion for him. He's basically that grandpa who refuses to die, smells like rot, and ruins every family gathering by facing through the floor and dragging Uncle Larry to another dimension. SCP-682. SCP-682, the Foundation's most rage-filled reptile with a bad attitude and a PhD in not dying. This guy is the nightmare fuel equivalent of a cockroach, a T-Rex, and the Terminator all rolled into one, then dipped in pure spite and left to marinate in a vat of vengeance. He's known as the hard-to-destroy reptile, which is basically the Foundation's polite way of saying, we've tried everything short of launching him into the sun. And even then, we're not sure that would work. SCP-682 hates all life. All of it. Plants, loathes them. Puppies, despises them. Even other SCPs? Yeah, he's tried to bite those too. He's like that one dude at a party who complains about everything and ends the night trying to fistfight the furniture. Imagine a giant, scaly lizard that looks like it fell out of a prehistoric dumpster fire. He's all sharp teeth, armored skin, acid blood, because of course he has acid blood, and the kind of eyes that scream, I've seen things and I hated all of them. He's big, he's mean, and somehow every time someone thinks they'd got him contained, he just Kool-Aid mans his way out of the facility while flipping the bird with his tail. Nothing works on him. You burn him, he regenerates. You shoot him, he evolves. You try to feed him to SCP-173. He bites back. He's not just a monster, he's petty. And honestly, that's the scariest part. SCP-049. SCP-049, the creepiest Renaissance cosplayer the SCP Foundation ever had the misfortune of locking up in a glorified medieval dungeon. This guy strolls around in what looks like a plague doctor Halloween costume he never took off, complete with the long black robes and that iconic beak-like mask that screams, I cure diseases with leeches and bad vibes. However, upon further investigation, it was revealed that these items are a part of SCP-049's physical body, being similar in biological structure to muscle. You'd think it's just a weirdo in cosplay until he opens his mouth and starts talking like he just finished a Shakespearean play, announcing that you, dear friend, are plagued. And spoiler alert, his cure is a swift karate chop of death. He's got the bedside manner of a mortician and the medical credentials of a cartoon witch doctor. One touch from his bony hand and boom, you're deader than disco. But wait, he's not done. He then performs some unholy puppet surgery on your corpse to bring you back as a flailing zombie creature that's somehow worse than being dead. Congratulations, you're now part of his successful treatments. And let's not forget his calm, polite attitude. There's nothing quite like being murdered by a gentleman who thanks you for your cooperation as he reanimates your lifeless body into a shambling abomination. SCP-049 is the kind of doctor who makes you wish you'd stayed sick. SCP-035. SCP-035, also known as the Possessive Mask, but let's be honest, it's more like the drama queen of the SCP Foundation. This thing is basically a spooky old theater mask that looks like it got kicked out of a Shakespearean tragedy for being too much. It resembles a classic comedy mask, the kind you'd see hanging in a dusty community theater. But here's the twist. It constantly drips a black, corrosive goo like it's crying oil. That's right, it's both haunted and emo. It doesn't just sit there looking creepy on a shelf. It straight up possesses people. The moment someone puts it on, or is dumb enough to get too close, it takes full control of their body like it's starring in Weekend at Bernie's. Except the person is very much dead inside and probably melting from the inside out thanks to that oozing gunk. It talks like an old-timey actor, super charming, very dramatic, and it loves to manipulate people. If gaslighting were an Olympic sport, SCP-035 would have a gold medal and a scandalous tell-all biography. And if you try to destroy it, good luck. It'll guilt-trip you like your grandma, psychologically torment you, and probably ruin your day with a few casual deaths. It's got a PhD in mind games and a minor in body horror. It chases you down a hallway, but because it'll smile at you, compliment your outfit, and then use your own brain as a meat puppet while oozing black goo all over your carpet. Nightmare fuel with flair. SCP-1471. SCP-1471, also known as Mal-Zero, is like if your worst nightmare got a data plan and decided to haunt your phone instead of your dreams. It's not even your traditional jump out of the closet kind of scary. It's more like the slow, creeping dread that comes from realizing you cannot uninstall the weird app you downloaded at 3 a.m. while half asleep and fully stupid. Once you install the cursed app, called MAL-0 1.00 because apparently even Eldritch Horrors have version updates, you start seeing this thing everywhere. At first, it's just in the background of photos, kind of like a stalker with poor time management. Then it shows up out of the corner of your eye. Then it's behind you. But it never does anything. It just stands there, looms, judges you silently like a passive-aggressive roommate. Imagine a really sad goth dog who got rejected from a furry convention. It has the body of a humanoid but the head of a canine skull, like a gray-furred Halloween decoration that got way too into Tim Burton movies. It's got these blank, glowing eyes that scream, "I haven't blinked since the Bush administration." And it never wears clothes, not because it's edgy, but because why would a cryptid care about pants? What makes SCP-1471 truly scary isn't violence or gore. It's the psychological torture of knowing it's there. Forever. It becomes your lifelong companion, like a terrifying imaginary friend who takes no days off. It's like getting haunted by a clingy ex who never actually existed in the first place. Want it to stop? Tough luck. Once the app's installed, you're in for the full horror movie. Hope you like always having company, even in the shower. Hey everyone! Thank you all for watching until the end. I'll be back with more videos, so make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for my next video, comment them down below.